Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Truly Simriti. So I just hit 23,000 followers on my LinkedIn and this video is gonna be all about it. Not the tips, tricks and hacks you are thinking, but the real talk. So this video is going to be very authentic on how I feel about hitting that milestone, how did I grow my community from 0 to 23k, how was the journey in terms of me being emotional, and everything about it. This video is really not into, here are 10 tips for growing your LinkedIn profile in 10 months. This video is not that. So I remember that I posted my first post on LinkedIn in March 2023, and now it's October 2024, and I've hit 23,000 followers. So I think I remember कि before I even hit that first post button, I used to read people's content on LinkedIn. I used to read how they write. I used to, follow and scroll so many people on LinkedIn just to know about their journey. How does LinkedIn work? And I did this process for the whole 1 year before I for the first time hit the publish button. And since then, I've never looked back. Before that, I used to never get that confidence to build my own community, start writing and start expressing my own thoughts and experiences. But after that, and after I published my first ever post on LinkedIn, there has never been going back. And I think I've just loved this journey. Now you never know ki sometimes you feel like, oh my god, this person has 50,000 followers, 60,000 followers, 25,000 followers on LinkedIn, they must be very happy with it. But what happens behind is something that you don't get to know about. So during this journey from 0 to 23,000k followers now, first of all 23k or 23,000, I don't know why I just say it 23,000k, doesn't make any sense. So during this journey from 0 to 23k, there have been a lot of emotional breakdowns, a lot of ups and downs, and a lot of self doubts, and maybe sometimes even comparisons. No matter how much we talk about people saying that comparison shouldn't be done, you cannot compare yourself with the other person, you cannot compare, or you should never doubt yourself. No matter how many times we say it, the reality is that at one point we all doubt ourselves, we all compare ourselves with people we might not even know in reality, right? I have found myself in situations where I used to compare myself with people with more follower count than me. Of course, I know that it is just a number, but you just cannot stop yourself getting into this loop in the social media thing. I mean, when you decide to be a social media creator, I don't know if creator is the right word to use, but when you decide to start doing that thing, you also involve yourself in constant loop of comparisons, self doubts, and so much more, and that could negatively harm your mental health as well. So this journey from 0 to 23k, of course 23k seems to be a very small number for a lot of people, I would say. I have seen people who started LinkedIn after I started, but they have achieved so much in just few months, or just 1 year. But then I remember that of course it is my journey, right? If I would have been at the same place everybody is, how would I differentiate, right? So what used to happen was that I would constantly compare myself with other people, because of course you never know that who they are in reality, what kind of responsibilities they have, or let's say what kind of work pressure they are in, or what kind of emotional stability they are in. And without knowing all of it, we just tend to compare ourselves with the other person, right? So I remember that I when joined EY. This is of course my first job, and it took a really long time for me to settle from the campus to corporate transition. So basically, when I joined EY, I joined in October last year, and then I think I had around maybe 13 to 14,000 followers, and now I have 23,000 followers, which is a good jump. But there are some things that the other person doesn't know, so this video is specifically for that, right? So when I joined back, I had this goal that okay, we are in October 2023, and by the end of December 2023, by this year end, I mean the last year end, I have to grow my community to up to 20,000 followers. See how I imagined this goal for myself ki, okay, I will now grow my community to over 6,000 followers in just 2 months. I mean, it was not even 2 months. I remember maybe 1.5 months or so. But did it happen? It did not. When I touched 20,000 followers, I on 1st of August 2024. So the goal I envisioned for myself by last year's end is something I achieved in this year, and that too after the half year, right? In August 2024. So if I sit back and crying, okay, it took me so long because I took so many breaks in between. I took a campus to corporate transition break because I was just not able to settle in all my thoughts and get back to the normal routine I had before joining my job. And then it came up with that I decided to do CAD, but eventually I dropped the idea of it, which is a topic for another video. If you want to know, just let me know in the comments below. I'll surely make a video on it. And so many breaks happened and a lot of things happened. But what is the happy thing? What is the best part about it is that I did not stop. No matter how much time it took for me, see, it took almost 7-8 more months for me to achieve that goal, which could have been achieved in maybe 2-3 months, not more than that, considering the pace I was at. But I must have been making some mistakes. I must have been, making few mistakes and being like, okay, I was just not that consistent with my journey, because of course I had joined my job. It took me some time to settle in and so many things, right? But the real thing is this, that you cannot stop yourself from falling in the constant loop of self comparisons, constant loop of self doubts, constant loop of low motivation. There are days when you don't feel like publishing a post because there's no reason for it. You just don't feel like it. I think now written over 300 posts on my LinkedIn in just 1.5 years. But there are days when I don't feel like even opening my LinkedIn, and there are days I don't feel like posting. There are days when I don't feel like connecting with people. There are days when I don't feel like replying to my LinkedIn messages. And it's a process. What this journey taught me, that 15 to 20,000 was the hardest for me. People say that if you go from 0 to 1, it's the toughest, and 1 to 100 is the easiest. I have read it somewhere, I don't remember where, but I think for me 0 to 15k was easy, but 15 to 20k was really really tough. And now of course I am grabbing my pace back, and I'm trying that I start being consistent more and more on it, and even on YouTube. So I just try my best, and I think that's the best thing I'm doing for myself, because when you are in the social media game, you are not accountable to anybody, specifically when you are not building, you have not achieved anything big. Of course 23,000 is a big number, but there are many big creators, right? So specifically when it comes to YouTube and Instagram, There are people we really know because, but the thing is that when it comes to social media, you are not accountable to anybody but yourself. And I think that's what makes the process difficult, right? Because there are times you just don't want to, uh, sit and just, publish a post, but of course you have to do it because you are doing it for yourself again. But again, you feel demotivated sometimes because you are doing it for yourself. So the difference is that you have to, there is a very thin line difference between it, but I think it's the best part of it, that you are not accountable to anybody, but if still you are being consistent at what you are doing, then it's just the best possible thing you can do it for yourself. I think social media takes patience, perseverance, consistency is the top game. If you're not consistent, nothing can happen on social media. If you start posting like, okay, I'll post 3 posts every 2 days on LinkedIn. Consistency over intensity always. So my only tip through this video will be that it is a huge marathon. It is a long marathon, okay, that you have to run. It's not a sprint, right, as people say. There is no end to this road. If I talk about now that I have 25k follower goal within a month, and then I imagine myself ki, okay, if I'll get 25,000 followers, I'll be happy. There's no end to that road, because then I'll be aiming for 30k, and then when I achieve 30k, I'll be aiming for 50k, and then 1 lakh, right? So the only learning has been that there is no end to this journey, first of all, and consistency is the top game. Nothing can beat consistency when it comes to social media. Of course, strategy is also required, but consistency with a good strategy, a good plan of action is the best thing. And the last thing, that you have to motivate yourself at times, because nobody is gonna come and nobody is gonna text you ki, hey Simriti, you have not posted for so many days, aren't you bothered by your low engagement levels? Nobody's gonna say it. You have to say it to yourself. You have to make sure that your efforts, your time is not getting wasted just because you're not being consistent now, right? So of course I am proud of myself that I hit 23,000 followers now, but as I said, no end to this journey, no end to aiming when it comes to social media. Just be happy with wherever you are right now. And this is a message for me and for you as well. I am making this video so that I can even go and look back at what I said on the days I feel demotivated, right? So that I can come back with more good content to post and to write on LinkedIn. So this is a message from me to my future self and you, that just be consistent, just be patient. You will achieve it, but of course, no end to it. Consistency is the best thing, right? And the most important thing is be grateful for wherever you are right now. Maybe I ever did not imagine this for myself, like let alone achieving 23,000 followers. I did not even imagine that I'll be building my own community. I'll ever be this confident to record videos and to write on LinkedIn. I never thought that. Isn't that something to be grateful for? Isn't that something to be really proud of? Because where we are right now is something that our past self didn't even imagine, right? So that is all I wanted to share through this video. I didn't want this video to be a very 23 lessons I learned by hitting 23,000 on LinkedIn. I just didn't want that. I thought that putting up a real authentic video would really help the audience connect. And I'm sure कि जिसने भी ये video देखा है, they must have found it very relatable. And if you have found it relatable, please let me know in comment box below. How did you like this? And I would love to know your experiences as well. No matter if you are a budding creator or if you are a creator who has been, creating for years and years now, I would love to know your experiences and have a chat, of course. So if you want to share something or if you want to ask something, I've put my LinkedIn profile link in the description box below. Make sure you check it out and let me know if you found this video helpful, and we can have a chit chat over that, right? So thank you again for watching this video until the very end. Thank you very much, and be grateful for your lives. And that's all I wanted to say. Thank you. See you in the next video. Bye.